Hi, everyone. Welcome to a special edition of Leadership Rediscovered. I'm thrilled to introduce you to a project that's near and dear to my heart. Do you know the odds of achieving a goal you set in your mind is only 8%? 8%! Can you believe it? I actually can because I've always been better at starting things than finishing them. And that's why I created a program called Finish It. This program teaches you how to increase your odds from an 8% goal achievement rate to 95%. I first launched Finish It as a workshop virtually because at that time, that was the only way we could gather. Since then, I've taken so many amazing people through Finish It, both virtually and as a retreat. And the results have been incredible. I can't tell you how exciting it is to witness people achieving their goals. People have moved their families to new states, written books, run for elected office, completed certification programs, and the list goes on and on. But the thought of so many people out there having dreams and goals that have been left undone and unfinished literally brings me to tears. That's why I'm excited to announce, for the first time ever, the Finish It program is going online and on demand. Think of it as a masterclass. This is my way of making this program more accessible to more people in the hopes that we'll get to see more great work happening in the world. If you've been putting off your dreams and goals for someday, I just have one question to ask you. Why not today? And just to give you some extra motivation, I'm offering my dear Leadership Rediscovered listeners a little gift, a 15% discount. Yes, I love a deal. Just go to wvshine.com/finishit and simply enter the code LR15 at checkout, and you'll receive 15% off the program price. But don't wait too long. As you'll learn in this course, time is of the essence when we're going after our goals. And I have to practice what I preach. So I'm only leaving this course open for a little while. And as an added bonus, this episode of Leadership Rediscovered is actually going to be one of the modules from Finish It. So you can get a sense of what it looks like and what it feels like. Remember, 15% off for you, Leadership Rediscovered listeners. And remember also, the world needs you and your dreams. So let's get started so we can finish it. Walt Disney once famously said, "If you can dream it, you can do it." I don't think I have to make an argument that Disney was a dreamer, but there's something missing from this quote, and it's the gap between dreaming and doing. Simply dreaming about something won't cause it to materialize out of thin air. Action is required to turn dreams into reality. And without action, there would be no Mickey Mouse, no Disney World. It would have all just stayed inside the imagination of Walt. And I often wonder how many people are walking around this world with big dreams and ideas that none of us will ever get to see or experience. It honestly breaks my heart. I'm hoping maybe one of the reasons you're taking this course is because you have a dream or goal that you want to take out of your heart and mind and bring it into reality. And if that's the case, you're in the right place because we're going to do just that. Something really important to understand is that there is a difference between dreams and goals, though many people will use those words interchangeably. Dreams occupy your heart and your mind, but they actually can't be achieved, only realized. And you realize your dreams by creating goals around each one of those dreams and then pursuing each goal by taking action. We'll come back to this in a minute. I like to start with a 30,000-foot view first and then go down from there. So let's start with dreams. What is it that you dream about? What do you catch yourself thinking about on repeat? What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail, or if time and money wasn't an issue? Some common things that people dream about are changing their career, having a family, writing a book, starting a business, traveling, changing a relationship, becoming healthier, pursuing a degree or certification, or maybe buying a house. And as you think about that list, what's something that each of those items have in common? Two things jump out at me. They all include some sort of action, writing, moving, and they all include some sort of change from your current situation. And spoiler alert, making a change can be really hard. And that's oftentimes why we stay in these dreams and they stay in our mind and never get farther than that. I want you to think about your top dream, the one that's really on repeat for you. What's that thing you're always thinking about, that little tug in your heart? Write it down in your workbook and think about if you had to rate this dream on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being the lowest and 5 being the highest, how badly do you want this dream to become a reality? And what level of influence do you have over this dream? Is it something you have some ability to control or bring to life? I mean, most people dream of winning the lottery, but that's largely out of our control, especially if we don't even buy a ticket. Because we're going to be taking action on our dream, it's really important to pick something you have some level of control and influence over. So write that dream down in your workbook. And if you're sitting there completely stumped, that's okay. There are people who tell me, I don't have dreams, Laura, and I understand that, but I'd like to challenge you just a little bit. Is it because you truly have no desire to change anything about your life from what it is today? Or do you not allow yourself to dream? I suspect there are some hidden dreams inside of you, and there are some things we can do to try and unearth those. Let's go back to the lottery for a moment. Let's say you won the Powerball, a big one, $700 million. What would you do? Picture it in your mind. What would you do? The answer to that question should give you some insight as to the things you care about. Even if you were to say, I'd give it all away. Perhaps that means you're someone who cares a lot about helping others and being of service to others. Sounds like how a lot of nonprofits get started. So dig deep, think about what the dream is, and write it down. Now that you've identified a dream that has the potential for coming true, you need to think about how that is actually going to happen. It can be very helpful to think about the difference between dreams and goals in this way. Dreams are the vision and the blueprint, and goals are the construction team that builds your dream house. I love this quote by Greg Reed. A dream written down with a date becomes a goal. A goal broken down into steps becomes a plan. A plan backed by action makes your dreams come true. Remember, you can't think this dream into being. You have to take action to make it happen. And that is what goals do for us. Goals get us across the finish line.